Hello everyone, and welcome back to Shay's Hobby Bay. Today is Saturday. It is October the 27th, 2018. It is 10:37 a.m. right now, and I'm cold. As you can see, I have a snuggy, cozy, warm long sleeve shirt on top of my short sleeve shirt. The reason I put it on top is because this neck is so big and loose, it stretches way out and it kind of hangs down. So then air gets in there and that gets me cold. So this shirt, it's not too much higher than it, but it is that little bit and it's tighter closer to me so that it keeps the air from getting in and getting me cold. Okay. This is another question of the week video. So Charity Lee asked this question, and she would like to hear the story about beans and potatoes. Okay, I'm going to try to do a short version. I can get quite crazy with this story, but I have told this story several times in my Shay's Nays storytelling and probably other times too. But anyway, so if you would like to go get the full thing of it, the full craziness of me while telling it, go into my playlist, Saturday Shay's Nays Storytelling, and find it there. And watch it. Okay, so the story about beans and potatoes. I have a cousin. It is my mom's sister's son. He's like 4 years younger than me. But we grew up together, close, and we was always staying with each other and spending time with each other and playing with each other. So like, even when we didn't live in the same town, we lived like a 2-hour drive away, he would come and stay like a week or two with me at the time. And I would go to his house and stay with him. Okay, so, and, we played, and I had toys, and every time I cleaned out and got rid of toys, games, and such, I'd always give them to him. Anyway, so, one day, he was at my house. We lived on Bowie, matter of fact, in a trailer. It was my mom and dad's, we was little, we were kids, okay? So I was like, I said we were little and kids. I was probably 13, possibly even 14, but my mind has always been younger than my age. I didn't act my age, I acted younger. Still do. Anyway, so if I was 13, he was probably 9, yeah. Or if I was 14, he was 10, something like that. So anyway, he was at my house. It was supper time. So Mom had cooked supper. So the adults was in the kitchen. And me and Fabian, his name is Fabian, decided to eat at the coffee table in the living room. Just sitting on the floor or on our knees. That makes me cringe nowadays. I couldn't sit on my knees on the floor. I can't get down on the floor even to sit on it because I can't get back up. It's not easy and it hurts and I struggle, and so I just don't even try to get on the floor. It makes me cringe. But back in the day, I was young. I could do it, I guess, like everybody. But anyway, I digress, as they say. That's what makes my videos longer. Okay, Sherry, back on track. So me and Fabian ate at the coffee table, and the adults was in the kitchen at the table. And I don't remember who all was there. I know my mama was. Fabian's mama might have been there. Aunt Jackie, my other aunt, Aunt Irene, which was my mama's other sister, might have been there. I don't know. It seemed like there was several people in the kitchen. Okay, so Mama had cooked some beans, probably butter beans. Okay, and then she was always getting the which I loved them. I just say it that way because we don't get this. Not that I don't want it now. I'm not the grocery shopper, and we don't get nothing extra. So anyway, another story. Okay, so Mama got cans the cans you buy in the store of potatoes. You know, I guess it had water in it, and it's little round white potatoes in there, and you can heat them up, you know, and season them and eat them. So she was always getting those and cooked them, and I loved them. And they were so little and cute. It's a hair or something is tickling me. That I liked, being a kid, I liked to call them bird's eggs and pretend like I was eating bird's eggs. Because they were so little and the way they were shaped and all, it made me think of an egg. And because it was so little, I liked to call it a bird's egg. So, and I don't remember about the beans part. I probably even had something else I called the beans. I don't know. That part I can't remember. But anyway, and I had always done this my whole life, calling the potatoes bird's eggs and pretending I was eating bird's eggs. And I don't remember what else we had. I'm sure we had some kind of meat and whatever else, you know. I just remember the beans and the potatoes. So, Fabian was, you know, there, and we were eating, and so as we were sitting there at the coffee table and eating, I started telling him that we were eating bird's eggs. And, you know, it seemed like I did say something else for the beans. I can't remember. And so, you know, I told him, I said, I pretend that they're bird's eggs and we're eating bird's eggs. And, you know, and then whatever else. He didn't like that idea at all. He said, "Nuh-uh, no they're not. They're potatoes. We're eating beans and potatoes." And so we kind of got in a, you know, how kids do, and I say kids like we wasn't really kids, that would argue in that way. It don't seem like, you know, nowadays kids that age, they're much older and they don't do stuff like that. I think. I don't know. Like I said, I've always been behind my age. But we kind of got in a little argument about the beans and the potatoes. I wanted them to be bird's eggs, and he wanted it to be beans and potatoes, what it was. So we got in an argument over it. And so because we was arguing about it, and he wouldn't agree with me, I reached over, and I said, "They're beans." No, he's the one saying beans. I'm going to get confused here. I reached over and I said, "It's bird's eggs," and I popped him on the head. He was making me mad. So, I don't know how long we carried that little argument out at that time. But as far as how long we have carried that joke out, if that's what you want to call it, is years up till today. If he walked in my door right now today, the first thing he would say to me is beans and potatoes, and I would run to him and bop him on the head. This whole time, ever since then, all these years, I mean, it never fails. Every time we see each other. Because, let me finish the story of back then. That's not, I mean, you know, as kids, you know how kids do, and they'll carry a joke on out and all this kind of stuff. So, that was over with. The argument was over with. The day was over with. But after that, he just would keep thinking about that. He's the one that kept it up. If he had not have kept saying that, I would not have kept bopping him on the head. But he is the one that loved it and wanted to keep it going, and has. Because he's the one that had kept, you know, it was like, after that day, after that argument, whatever, maybe the next time we seen each other, I don't know, maybe it popped in his mind, and he remembered it, and he decided to do it again, and he just yelled out at me, beans and potatoes. That's all he says. That's all he has to say, beans and potatoes. And I would run and chase him. Back then, as a kid, I would run and chase him until I got him and popped him on the hair. Busting at him the whole time. And so, all through these years, even now that we're grown up, we're married, we have kids, we both have grandkids, till today, like I said, if he walked in that door, the first thing he's going to say to me is, He's just going to look at me and simply say, beans and potatoes. When we talk on the phone, when he calls on the phone, he says, beans and potatoes. And I say, ooh, you just wait till I see you. You're going to get a good bopping on the head. But if he walked in and said, beans and potatoes, I'd walk over there. I can't run and chase him now, but I'd walk over there and I'd bop him on the head. He's going to try to get away from me, but I'm going to be jumping up, and yes, he's way taller than me now. I'm going to be jumping up until I reach his head and bop him on the head. We've just carried it out through this all this time, all these years. We still do that when we see each other today. And so that's the story of the beans and potatoes, Charity. Now, I hope you watch this video, because I know you don't watch all my videos, but I hope you watch this video so you can get the answer to your question and hear the beans and the potatoes story. And everybody else. And I know I have a lot of new subbies, and they haven't heard it before, so, you know, hope y'all enjoyed the story. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you for this time. So, I am out of here until next time I'm done. I'm going toodaloo.